If you don't know, you're about to know right now. You're about to learn. Education. I'm Quindell Evans, bluepoetry.com. And welcome to the Blue Poetry Podcast. I appreciate everyone for listening, for tuning in. So today's affirmation is, I know where I want to go, but I appreciate exactly where I am because I'm in a position to prepare by making precise and concrete plans. One more time. I know where I want to go, but I appreciate exactly where I am. I'm in a position to prepare by making precise and concrete plans. You feel me then? First of all, I want to say one thing that made me smile yesterday, since I'm just beginning, it's the start of the day. If this was later in the day, I would say one thing that made me smile today, but one thing that made me smile yesterday was going to this event that Green Earth Poets Cafe held. It was like a hip hop showcase. It was a freestyle competition. The freestyle competition definitely made me smile. I appreciated being there. It was litty. And just performing, I really love performing, I performed a song that's probably I wrote a while ago, but, and I like to perform new songs all the time. But something was I don't know, I want to perform something a little classical to me. And I realized that I got so much music that sometimes performing old songs kind of give me a boost, It made me smile to perform old songs that probably people didn't, right? Maybe, a lot of people that was there probably never heard, probably 90% of the people never heard, even though it's an old song to me and I really wanted to perform something new. It made me smile to get a reaction the reaction that I got was it was a new song. That was hot. You know what I'm saying? Your music keep getting better and better. And I was like, whoa, that's old. So it lets me know, it made me smile to just hear that kind of reaction from me performing the old song. I wanted to just get that out of the way, Sometimes we need to share things that make us smile, you feel me? I think that's very important, because we can complain and share reasons that we are upset or things is bothering us and all that. So I want to switch the vibe, So yeah, Blue Poetry Podcast, that's what we about. We about healing, pointing us in the right direction for success, pointing us in the right direction for happiness, and I think happiness and success go hand in hand. So I know where I want to go, but I appreciate exactly where I am. I'm in a position to prepare by making precise and concrete plans. First thing I want to say is, knowing what you want and where you want to go is more than enough, you feel me? That is probably the foundation, the fundamental of success, just knowing what you want and knowing where you want to go. So, the fact that I know that I want to be financially free, is enough, you feel me? Because I feel not every, most of us deep down want to be financially free, want to be financially successful, but we don't really recognize it. We don't really strive for it because we're not empowering that part of our desire. We're not feeding that part of our desire. We're not nurturing that part of our desire. So in all actuality, we all might not want it. Many of us just want to get by, just want to survive, just want to pay bills, just want to have material. We want to have a car, we want to have a house, we want to just have a place to stay, we want to have food, because we might come from a scarcity type of vibe where it's just we didn't really have much, so just having enough is enough, But me, it's no, having enough is good, but I want to have more than enough because I want to give. I want to always be in a giving position personally. So I feel knowing what you want is enough, because if you know that you just want to survive, then that's enough for you, And that is what will allow you to push to to always keep a job, to always keep food on your table, to always keep the basic necessities, and that's good. There's nothing wrong with just surviving and getting by. You feel me? There's nothing wrong with it, but there's also that aspect of how long is that gonna last? Like, how long is it just getting survive and just getting by gonna last? You feel me? So that's why, to me, just getting by and just enough is not enough. So knowing what you want is more than enough, first of all. So I know where I want to go, but I appreciate exactly where I am. I'm in a position to prepare by making precise and concrete plans. So if you just know you want to get by and strive, then you're in a position to be like, plan and be like, I'm gonna just get a job or two or A, B, and C. Second thing I want to say is, I write my goals down every day. Like, every day. This is something that I'm learning to do now, and I'm learning how to manage my time, time management. I'm learning how to manage my time and literally figure out what's best for me to do at what time, because there's certain things I like to do when I wake up, and then there's tasks that I have planned to do, but depending on what happens throughout the day, I don't get it done. That's because I'm not allocating the right time frame to do it. So if I want to actually get the task done, maybe I should have that task first on the list. Maybe I should have this task last on the list, because if I know, it's like I'm learning how to manage my time and pretty much figure out what activities or what goals I'm gonna get to first and last and in the middle of the day. So like, I write my goals down every day, and I suggest that people do that too. I'm learning how to get it done right, because I don't like to just be lackadaisical with things and just be casual with it. I want to actually make sure I get it done. Because I like to read every day. I like to exercise every day. I like to write every day. And I like to do this podcast every day as well. So how do I pick what time is the right time? Because what I notice personally is that, like, I might put writing off, till later in the day. And when I do that, like, if I'm writing at night, I'm falling asleep while writing. Like, I fell asleep last night while writing. So today I decided to write immediately when I woke up. And so I push back certain things and do certain things later. But I'm going to figure it all out. What time to do what, what time to wake up, what time to go to sleep, what time to write, what time to read. And when I get into the groove and when I get into the right schedule, then I know I will be most effective, I know I will be more productive. So productivity, you feel me, like, is that planning part and that preparing part, preparing and making precise and concrete plans. That is what's gonna lead to productivity, at least for me personally. I can say that that's what allows me to be more productive, is when I make precise and concrete plans, So now I know that I'm actually getting to my to-do list effectively and not leaving things off to the next day. So yeah, knowing what you want is more than enough. I write down my goals every day. You feel me? And this is something I'm just beginning to do. Just beginning to do consistently. I've written plans down and stuff like that before in the past, but I'm becoming more consistent lately, personally in many things. I'm becoming more consistent in exercising every day. Like, I was always into exercise, I was always into making plans, I was always into reading, but never consistently. Like, I'm finishing books, you feel me, and I'm on my 20th book, halfway through my 20th book for the year. So this is, I think consistency is something that has been helping me out with being more productive lately. So like, yeah. So 1, knowing what you want is more than enough. 2, I write my goals down every day. And 3, purpose. Like, why do we do things is a part of knowing where we want to go. Because if you think you know where you want to go, do you know why you want to go there? Because if your why isn't strong enough, then halfway getting there, you might want to go somewhere else, or you might not want to go anymore, or you might want to stop going. You might, so like your purpose, your why has to be strong enough, and that's what I'm realizing. It's like the more I attach purpose to things, the more consistent I am with them, the more driven I am with them, the more strong and fortified I am, so that nothing can deter me and stop me from getting there. Nothing can hold me back. The more willing I am to persevere and be persistent while being consistent. So purpose, why? For example, like I'm creating like these cigarettes, and I call them healthy cigarettes. I'm gonna change the name anyway because I don't want the health thing to be a problem and people get it confused as if I am a doctor prescribing them something that's going to heal them. I think I'm gonna keep the name, but just make the spelling a little different so it ain't specifically health. So I'm thinking like health, HELF, and T is TEE, health tea, cigarettes. And the reason I'm creating the health tea cigarettes is because, my mom's had cancer 4 years ago, and just seeing her suffer in that way, and I saw when her thyroid, her lymph, and her throat and neck was swollen to the point where she couldn't sleep, laying down. She had to sit up because she would choke if she lay down. If she lay flat on her back or on her chest, she was choking, and snoring loud, like drunken loud, because her, just breathing was very difficult for her. Oxygen wasn't flowing correctly. So that's something like, I got 11 other brothers and sisters, and 7 of us smoke cigarettes. So it's like we need an alternative personally in my family, because we all see what our mother went through. So why should we, knowingly go down the same path of that, because my mom was smoking cigarettes for years, and I believe that was the cause of that cancer. So yeah, like that's why I made the healthy cigarettes specifically, because I want an alternative. So when I made the cigarettes, I hit up my brothers and sisters immediately and was just giving them free packs, like, here, try it out, and it ain't like easy to stop smoking nicotine, tobacco, cigarettes. I ain't stupid. I know the challenge it would be to try something alternative, something without these chemicals that's gonna make you addicted to it. But it's not gonna stop me from continuing to try to help my brothers and sisters quit cigarettes. So for people who are smoking nicotine and tobacco cigarettes, I want to give them a responsible alternative, not a healthy one. Smoking is not the healthiest thing to do regardless. So that's another reason why I want to change the name. Just something more responsible, something without nicotine in it, something without tobacco in it, so that people could wean off smoking cigarettes. So, purpose. Like, that's the purpose why I created the healthy cigarettes. So it's gonna drive me. It's a drive. It's something that I can see myself doing for a while, and I can see the project growing and becoming, better and better. So yeah, like I was recycling cigarette boxes, like Newport boxes, Marlboro boxes, and then selling the cigarettes, putting my cigarettes in these boxes and putting a sticker over it, or maybe not even a sticker, just that's how I was doing it, because I didn't have any boxes for it, but I wanted to still get it out there. And because it's the drive, it's like I have a purpose with it, and it's no shame when it's no shame in like, oh, I don't know, I can't sell in these other people's boxes or whatever. But it was like, no, it ain't no shame, because I know my purpose. I know what it's for. I want to give people an alternative. Another thing I'm working on is like pick up poetry, And at first, the purpose was I was teaching poetry workshops, and I just wanted something fun to do, because I felt like I was the places I was teaching these poetry workshops at was in these at-risk communities with, you know, people who are on probation or, you know, shelters and stuff like that. So it was like, I know like how boring or corny, you know, or uninteresting a poetry workshop could be to certain people. So I wanted to create something fun to do while I teach poetry and have them writing and stuff like that. So I created a poetry board game at first. And then I created a card game so that we could have, you know, more fun ways to learn about poetry. But then I realized that I can do more with it. Like, this can actually be something bigger. And that's where like the affirmation becomes even more powerful. I know where I want to go, but I appreciate exactly where I am. I'm in a position to prepare by making precise and concrete plans. I know exactly where I am. You know, right now I am using this poetry card game to have fun. But I want to do other things. What else I want to do? I want to teach poetry. So I realized that like once you utilize what you have, it can open you up to more things that you're capable of doing. Like once I utilize this poetry card game to have fun, it opened me up to more ways that I can teach poetry. Like this can actually be an effective way to teach English, poetry. This can actually be an effective way to do more things inside the school system. And that's what I realized. Like I actually have a board game and a card game for it, and I'm using it just to have fun. This can actually be a teaching tool. So I created a book called the Blue Poetry Handbook. And that is what I plan on introducing alongside the poetry card game. And I'm smiling right now because it's making me, it's anxious, it's making me fun. It's making me realize how much fun this can be, how impactful this can be, you know. And now I'm realizing like, I actually want to take this into schools, and I also want to do scholarships. You know, I want to give scholarships. I want to sell the poetry card games and sell the books, and 10% or more of the sales percentage can go towards students at schools, you know, give these students scholarships, you know. And that's what I mean by like realizing where I want to go. I want to teach poetry workshops. I have poetry card games and a book. Now I can make precise and concrete plans to get this into schools and also get scholarships. I can do more. So like once you realize what you have, you can do more with it, you know. So like I appreciate where I want to go, but I'm realizing like what I have. I'm realizing where I am right now and what I have and how I can utilize it to get where I want to go and even more, you know. So like that's the power of realizing what you have and utilizing it, you know. I realize I can do more with it, and I'm gonna do it, you know. Like there's gonna be a pickup poetry scholarship, you know what I'm saying? Like there's gonna be a blue poetry scholarship. So like in due time, you know, I don't know how long, but you know, I know it's coming, you know. So that's a part of like, you know, a purpose, you know, like having purpose, you know. So like once you realize your purpose and why you're doing something, what you are doing becomes more relevant, you know, like becomes more relevant. And once it's more relevant, then there's always a drive. There's always something that's pushing you to do something, because if you don't feel like you're relevant, you don't feel like you have purpose, then you might deter and do other things, you know, and jump from this to that. So, you know, and either way, it's okay. If you move without purpose, but you're doing something, then sooner or later, I believe you're gonna find a purpose. So yeah. Another thing I want to say is, you know, another project that I'm working on too, that is Drop and Give Me Fitness, you know. And same thing, the purpose for Drop and Give Me Fitness is an exercise playing card game. Exercise playing card game is you know, a fun way to work out. And then after creating a card game, I'm realizing like, whoa, this can actually be utilized by fitness instructors. This can actually be like, you know, a way for us to work out when we don't feel like going to the gym. This can actually be a way for us to work out without, you know, we don't have a gym, you know, we don't have a gym membership or a gym nearby. We just want to work out in the crib for 15 minutes before work. People who just need or want to exercise on a daily basis without the extra, I gotta pack a gym bag and something like that. You could play with your friends. You could play it by yourself in the crib for 15 minutes right before you go to work and get an exercise in. So I'm realizing like, well, this can actually be utilized in many other ways. Once you it started off with just a way to have fun and working out, but then the purpose grew, so purpose is big, So yeah, that's what I wanted to say on purpose. Another thing I want to say is like when to exemplify the affirmation a little more, like when you know where you want to go, you appreciate where you are. Like right now we're in a time where information is literally at the tip of our fingers, like literally can be accessed by just pressing something right now. We have a phone and computers, and we can just click and get information immediately, like with anything you want to do. I would say like YouTube is the encyclopedia of modern day. You can go on YouTube and get how-to instructions for any and everything. If you want to invest in stocks, you can get how-to instructions on YouTube. If you want to learn how to be a plumber, you can get how-to instructions on YouTube. If you want to learn how to make glass, you can get how-to instructions on YouTube. If you want to learn how to make beats, you can get how-to instructions on YouTube. If you want to learn how to do real estate, you can get how-to instructions on YouTube. If you want to learn how to save money, you can get how-to instructions on YouTube. If you want to learn how to financially manage your money, you can get how-to instructions on YouTube. If you want to learn how to start a clothing line, if you want to learn how to make juice, if you want to learn how to cook a certain meal, and you want to learn how to write a book, if you want to learn how to cut hair, if you want to learn how to, be a dentist, like this, literally everything is on YouTube. Like you can literally binge YouTube how-to instructions to do whatever you want to do. Information and how to be successful at anything is literally at the tip of our fingers. Click it. So like, I think that we have an advantage right now in this day and age to do anything we want to do. So it's like it's very not easy because it's still gonna take time, but it is very accessible. It's implementable. Like it's easy. It's not easy because it's gonna take time, but it's easy to implement over time. It's easy to be consistent. At the click of a finger. If you can consistently go on Instagram and post a picture or like a picture, then you can consistently go on YouTube and learn something that applies to what you want to do, where you want to go, and make consistent, precise, and concrete plans on how to get there using the internet. So I feel like we're at a position now where once we know where we want to go, we can easily find out how to get there. Maybe not easily, but yes, that's that. Maybe that, for lack of a better word, easy is what I'm using. But we can find out how to get there, and and that's what I'm realizing personally in my life. Is like I like to do certain things like poetry and write music, and I'm realizing like there's songs that I write that make me feel good, and the songs that I write that are expressing pain. And I'm realizing like, oh, like if I can write two different types of songs, then that means I can use one song to express pain and one song to express happiness. Then that means that I feel like it means that I can make other people happy through music, and I can help other people express pain through music. I can inspire other people to express their pain with my song. I can inspire other people to express their happiness with my song. So, like, these are ways where I'm realizing my purpose, realizing my effect, and I can plan it now. I can use it, utilize it. So, like, I'm realizing where I want to go with my music, and then I can plan how I can get there, by applying what I'm realizing, applying my purpose, So that's all I really want to say is like, is I know where I want to go, but I appreciate exactly where I am. I'm in a position to prepare and make precise and concrete plans. You know, that's my affirmation for the day. And I feel like personally we all can get to where we want to go when we realize where we want to go. And we all can get to where we want to go when we realize our purpose on wanting to go there. And the more we exercise our ability to get there, the more consistent we are, the more driven we are by our purpose, and the more we, persist through anything that can slow us down or stop us. The more we persist through, the more we overcome these things, we can always be fortified, always be strong enough to do more than what we plan to do. So, like what we plan to do can lead us to many other things that we can do, whether we know it or not, So like, I just feel like I've been learning that more and more, With that being said, I'm Quindell Evans, bluepoetry.com. The word blue is the color of dream. Poet is the already inscribed. Trees are what keeps us alive. Visit the website, bluepoetry.com. Let me know how you feel about the podcast. Instagram is bluepoetry too. Much love, y'all. Now, I'm going to exercise for a few minutes, drop and get me fitness style, and get something to eat and hit the studio, make some music today. Yeah, and enjoy the rest of the day. Much love, y'all. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's go.